Khanna. I'm a senior research fellow at the Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy at the National University of Singapore and the managing partner of Hybrid Reality Private Limited, an advisory firm. Connectography is really the conclusion of a trilogy of books about global order, and each of them is explored in a different standpoint. The first was geopolitical, the second was diplomatic, and the third, Connectography, sees the world through the lens of infrastructure. The world we build and the world as we have connected it through infrastructure, rather than the world as we politically divided it. And that is an exploration, really, of the future of globalization from the ground up. I've tried to basically take a novel approach to understanding the world rather than the traditional patterns of political geography that we're so familiar with. One of the arguments I make in my books and my lectures is that, maps, of course, we are a very visual species. Maps shape how we think and view the world. From childhood, from birth until death, we are conditioned to view maps of the world as being de facto political geographic, meaning we see lines of division on a map and we think that is a natural occurrence. Whereas in reality, if you produce maps, as I've published in Connectography, that show infrastructural connectivity, you see how connected the world is, how humanity is, how cities are to each other, and you really get a very different, fundamentally new kind of worldview. That's been my primary motivation. That's been the outcome of this project and this book, and that is what I think has captured people's imaginations. Well, first and foremost, you have to travel. You have to really go out there and separate fact from fiction. You have to differentiate between the things that you've read and heard from what you see that's really happening out in the real world. So traveling, being mobile, doing research from the ground up, field work, as we would call it in academia, is extraordinarily important. I think our research should be field work led, and from that perhaps one can derive and modify theory rather than theory-driven, because theories tend to become or either false to begin with or very antiquated and really sort of simplistic.